Hey everyone, Travis here on day 2 of BlizzCon 2014, joined by Reynad, who is a Hearthstone player that I just interview every time I see him at an event, which is very frequently these days. Reynad, you were not competing at BlizzCon, but what were you up to here?
I didn't really go as a caster or a player, just like, professional, alcoholic, pretty much. It's been a good time, though. Well, I came to walk around, hang out, meet fans.
What types of alcohol did you consume? Like, did you mix it up, or was it like, did you go with like a steady like whiskey?
All right, so there's like 3 bars, and they had pretty limited selection. 2 of them didn't even take cards. It was a bit of a struggle, but yeah, they had like Heineken, Corona, and Bud, so I couldn't get any of those. The only other options were Anaheim Gold, which that's fine, that wasn't too bad. And then I forgot what the other one was called, like a Honey Weiser thing or something. I don't know.
Honey Weiser. Well, I'm glad that you were able to make the outplays, get the alcohol, make it happen. No, so. Have you had a chance to play the new Hearthstone stuff here at all, or hear any of it, or anything like that?
I did. I played it a couple times. They have it set up over there for us to try, and I was talking with the developers a lot of the designers behind it. A lot of those guys actually knew from Magic. I had no idea they worked for Blizzard. But yeah, no, it honestly looks like a great set. I like a lot of what they did with it. It looks like, honestly, the thing I'm happiest with is how fast it's going to happen. Like, they announce it, and it's just out next month. It's awesome.
I think that's very, very cool as well. I was excited to see, like, they just announced it at opening and then like next month, which is very unlike Blizzard, who normally announces stuff like way forward. I do have to say, though, that you are known for having very strong opinions about things in Hearthstone. I've picked up on that over time. And there's been a lot of strong opinions in general about the cards that they've shown here. So I'm wondering if that's going to amplify and you're just going to have the strongest opinions we've ever seen about, the RNG situation.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that the cards are super RNG because there are the ones that they previewed, a lot of them have the word random on them. But I actually think this is way less RNG than the classic set, like the original cards, because the classic set has cards like, for example, Animal Companion, which is like a 3-mana card that has 3 different outcomes. And the outcomes are so different that you'll either like win or lose the game based on board control on turn 2 when you play that card with a coin. So that's really volatile RNG because there's a 33% chance you just win because of it. There's a 33% chance you lose because of it, and there's a 33% chance that like it doesn't matter. Yeah. So that's really volatile RNG because there's so much. The spread on the outcomes is so high. Yeah. Whereas in the randomness in these new cards that they've shown, it's like it's not that RNG because it's like a random minion with converted mana cost of 2. So at the absolute worst, you're getting like a 1/1. And at the absolute best, you're getting like, I don't know, a 3/2 or something. So it's like, how do I put it? The spread isn't that big because they're all 2-mana minions, and the difference between 2-mana minions most of the time won't be a huge deal. So yeah, basically the way that they did randomness in this set, it's not that volatile, even though there is a lot of it. So I think that's healthy for the game.
Okay, so you think it's healthy? Because I know that the community's been having basically a panic attack about this whole thing.
I mean, I complain about RNG more than anyone. I don't think any pro does it more, but this is like the right way to do it, and Animal Companion and Ragnaros are the wrong way to do it. So yeah.
What do you think of like the Goblin and Gnomes setup? Is that like a fun expansion? You think? I mean, I know pro players and competitive people tend to just look at the numbers and be like, I like that these numbers look like this. Yep. But do you think that it's like fun? 120 cards, maybe that's also something to talk about.
Yeah, it's a ton of cards. It's a cool theme. I mean, goblins and gnomes and stuff. I never played WoW, so I don't know like too much of the lore except that they build robots and stuff and they blow up apparently. But yeah, it seems cool. 120 cards is a really good size expansion. Like, just have the cards you've seen so far. It looks like it'll be a lot like Naxxramas, where there aren't any filler cards that are just unplayable. Like, all of the cards are going to make an impact in Constructed, which is exciting.
So, lucky for you, I know you didn't play WoW, but Warlords of Draenor actually coming out this Tuesday, I believe it is, or Thursday. You're going to get a free level 90. You're going to hop in, you're going to learn what it means whenever he says put an apple on your head or something like that?
Yeah, I don't... It's
like you just stare. No, it's not going to happen.
It's just like it blows my mind, like the thought process that goes on behind people who play the new WoW expansion for like 2 weeks in a row. It's like, what goes through their minds? Like, I could kill myself, or I could play this raid like for 20 hours on end trying to be the first person to get it done. I don't know. It's not for me.
I mean, you also spend a lot of time playing video games, right? It's just a different type of video game.
That's fair. Yeah. My game, I play on iPads. It's super casual. Yeah, I guess World of Warcraft. It's a cool game. I never played it myself. Warcraft 3 is one of my favorite games of all time, though. Loved it, but yeah. Warlords, I probably won't try. Maybe I will. We'll see. I don't know.
I know that you've probably been running around. You've been trying the local beer and all that kind of stuff, playing the game. So I don't know how much of the tournament you've caught, but any thoughts on the outcomes or anything that you saw that you thought was interesting? Anything along those lines?
I didn't really watch too many of the games, but I knew a decent amount about the players in the tournament. I think North America or Europe was heavily favored to win over the other regions, and yeah, Firebat won. It's good for him. It's exciting stuff. He played well. I think a good player is going to win no matter what. And it was cool to see. I think Tidler was a Chinese player. I think he got second, which was really surprising because, he just won a huge tournament in WEC, but China's looked down upon as a region quite a bit in Hearthstone. They're usually a lot weaker in terms of their mechanical play, they make mistakes. But he went really far, 2 tournaments in a row, so he's really showing that he deserves to be here. That's awesome. So I'm glad to see that guy go so far because $100,000 is a ton of money for anyone, but $100,000 to a Chinese player, that's beyond life changing. That's really good for him. I hope that I hope to see him at more events and see that region step up a bit more.
Final question: what is next for you after BlizzCon? I know this is the big deal, but what are you looking at down the road besides the expansion, I guess?
So I'm basically moving down here. I booked a one-way flight for this, so I'm gonna get a place, get settled down this week, and then start streaming heavily because aside from DreamHack Winter, there isn't going to be too much traveling happening. And my website, tempestorm.com, is getting relaunched on December 1st, so it's going to be kind of like solo mid sort of for Hearthstone. And basically I'm going to be focused on making that the best thing that it can be and working on expanding the team. We just had some roster changes. And I'm just going to be excited to host more tournaments too. Lots of bigger picture stuff. Yeah.
Well, it's good to see, as always, the Hearthstone scene growing. I remember last year, whenever I was here, the Hearthstone event was not nearly what it was this year. So looking forward to glad you're going to be in my neck of the woods, too. I just found that out. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for the interview. Really appreciate it. Hope you get to enjoy some more of the local alcohol. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all things BlizzCon at ongamers.com.